Happy Friday. Man, I sure do miss doing the videos and outdoors in nature, but right now it's cold, so I try to spend most of my time in a warm environment during the winter unless I'm walking outside, which, as I've said many times before, I walk in my sauna suit so my body stays warm because I have a back problem, injury. So, you know, the spine's not that far from the outer layer of your skin, so once my back starts to get cold, it gets kind of achy. So I've learned how to kind of cope with those different things over the years since injuring my back in 2008. Okay, so what I was thinking about this morning during my strut taking my child to school was, what energy are we feeding per day? And what are your rituals? Because if you're feeding negative energy, you're not moving in that space that we want to be in, that's going to open up our minds to all of the possibilities of the day. And I've been there where I, you know, complain and worry. And see, this is the thing. Once you get people out of your life, or you stop spending time with people that are complainers and warriors and people that live in fear and in negativity, it's a lot easier for you to think clearly and advance yourself through your day and maintain a positive outlook on your life. But at the same time, it's not anyone else's fault. It's our responsibility to see all of these possibilities in our life and make the necessary changes that we need to make. But for me, it's a ritual thing. You know, for me, it starts with the way that I get up in the morning. You know, I don't get up to an alarm. I get up inside the 4 o'clock hour every morning. Sometimes I get up in the 3 o'clock hour, but the thing about it is, I'm well rested. I put my kid to bed early. I spend time with my partner. I go to bed early. So when I go to bed, right before I go to bed, I'm writing down my goals again. So the next day, I'm excited to go into the day. I'm not sitting there thinking about, you know, the bad things going on in my life before I go to bed. I'm not sitting there thinking about all my problems, and everyone has problems. We all have problems. Everyone has problems. But the way that we look at them and our perception of our life, you know, when it's just like the same thing as not being a hater. You know, I'm not down on my life. Oh, I have nothing, because when I'm seeing other people in their joy and things that they have, and, you know, I'm happy for them, and I'm always thinking about how can I get, you know, those things, if they're things that I want, or how can I live in such a way where these things are attracted into my life through positive actions. See, all of these little ritual things, the way that we think has a lot to do with the way that we feel. And most people don't want to come to grips with that. Most people want to play the blame game and think that they can sit back and complain and talk bad about people and gossip and do all these things and have this, you know, positive, negative life. No, you can't. Been there, done that. I've been the person to filter mine with negativity. And I mean, you know, am I going to say that things weren't happening? No. Honestly, in all reality, when I was probably in one of the most negative positions in my life mentally, I was still getting a lot of things done. But I'm a person that has a superior amount of self-motivation. I don't know anybody like me when it comes to self-motivation. Sorry to all my friends, even you guys, I'm sorry. I don't know anybody that has the same, you know, level of motivation than me. Now, people may have more money than me, or may have more opportunities than me, or may have a better job than me, but I still don't see anybody that I know that has the same level of motivation that I have. I just don't, you know. So, you know, too bad. You know, I need to get around some different people, or more powerful people. Now, I'm talking about my peers. I'm not talking about my mentors. You know, I don't consider my mentors in those conversations. I'm talking about peer people, people on my level, not people that I go to for life advice and success advice. Those people are on a whole other level. I can't even compare myself to them. But as far as like peers, you know, I need to get around some people that are more motivated. It's just the way it is. So, moving on. Your rituals have a lot to do with how you're going to feel per day. I get a good night's sleep. I roll over in the morning out of bed. I'm quick to get up. I'm limber. I'm moving my body. I'm happy. I'm splashing water in my face. I'm getting my day going. I'm out on my walk. Boom. There's a few days where I don't go for a walk first thing in the morning. I spend those mornings with my partner, eating breakfast, making, cooking stuff for her and I to enjoy a morning together. That's something that we do. I look forward to that. We don't do it every single day, so it doesn't get old. So, you know, you have to intertwine these little rituals into your life that are going to make you feel better. I have music that I listen to, this joyous classical or jazz music that has no lyrics. I listen to that stuff when I'm feeling a little down, especially like today when it's, you know, gloomy and we haven't seen the sun very much for days. I get down sometime over that. I have music that I listen to that, you know, brings me up. The vibrations, you know, make me feel a lot better. You've got to ask yourself also if you're taking the right vitamins. Are you getting your vitamin D? Are you getting your vitamin K? You know, are you eating your leafy greens per day, your kale, so you can get your vitamin K? All these things are going to help to nurture your mind and lubricate it with positivity through the way that you're living, the way that you're eating, the way you're feeding your body, the quality of nutrients you're feeding your body. Get away from time wasters. You know, get away from people that just talk about gibberish. Get around people that are talking about the things that make you feel happy. You know, get away from people that do a lot of complaining. That was me at one point in my life several years ago. A lot of complaining, a lot of talking to my friends about stuff that they really couldn't necessarily help me with. You know, wasting their time, wasting my time. You know, spending a great deal of time worried about things that just don't, at the end of the day, matter. You know, not focusing on trivial things that we really can't control. That'll put you in a more positive mind state. I could go on and on and on. It took me, you know, a series of mutations to get to where I am now. I'm always saying all the time, these videos come from a lot of screw-ups. Yes, I have wisdom now, but I made a lot of mistakes, even at an age where one would consider you shouldn't be making a lot of those mistakes. I still made them. And that's why I've learned that all of these things that I'm just kind of running through, you know, equal up to, you know, a more positive life, a more happy life. Ideas to create happiness in your life. That's what these videos are all about. Some may have like a negative feel to them, but trust me, sometimes you got to get your hands dirty to keep your life happy. That's just the way that it is. Sometimes there's people that just shouldn't be there. You know, some of us have a hard time coming to grips with that. I've been there. But some people just are not fit for your journey. Some people are not going to be the people that you need in your life to maximize your output and to keep yourself on a positive plane every day. You know, as I said before, I've been that person that's complaining, you know, to my friends and ruining their day. I've been that guy. I'm not going to be that guy anymore. I have a problem, I go to my woman. If I don't feel like it's something that she can help me with, then get a shrink. That's what you do. You get a therapist. Deal with your therapist. You know, because friends, they got their own problems. And a lot of the time, you know, I learned over time, people don't really want to hear your problems. You know, you think these people want to hear your problems? Get a therapist, man. No, get a professional. Don't go to someone that has problems themselves that probably couldn't wiggle their way out of your problems and go to them for advice. Maybe you got your parents and all those people that you can go to for advice. You know, great. But just because they're your parent doesn't mean that they have the wisdom and the quality of life and the skills, the life skills to escort you in such a way that's going to improve your life. Sorry. You know, I don't mean to put down anyone's parents, but, you know, I'm not speaking to the people that have the parents that are great, but everyone's parents are not fit to supply them with the information they need to make their life better. Sorry. If I want to talk about being a millionaire, I'm not going to go to my parents to talk about being a millionaire. If I'm trying to talk about daily planning and strategic performance throughout my business goals, throughout my day-to-day operations, as far as trying to build the logistics in my life and improve my life, I'm not going to my parents for that. Sorry, I have other people that I go to for that. So, do your best to just keep everything clean, man. It's not going to be an easy thing. You are going to have to go through a lot of crap if your life is not, a straight line right now. If it's all squiggly and all crazy and all up and down, and you got all these problems, you got a lot of drama in your life, and you have a lot of people that are causing issues in your life, you need to get that stuff under control, or success, even if you have it. As I said before, I've had negative times in my life where I'm still having success. But the thing about it is, it wasn't sustainable. A lot of the things that I was able to cultivate during that time of, probably a touch of depression, anxiety, bad health, pain in and out of the hospital, a lot of problems, weight gain, just a lot of issues, worry, fear, frustration. Took a lot of work to get out of that. It took a lot of work, and it took reading, learning more about myself, realizing that I didn't know much about life, and that I had to think much different than I thought in the past. Once again, I'm sorry the video is all over the place, but this is kind of how I do things on certain days. I just hit 300 videos. I'm getting closer to my goal. If the videos are all over the place, that's just the way that it's going to be. Watch them, don't watch them. As I've always said, these videos are mainly for my son to lubricate his mind with ideas when he gets to a certain age where he can kind of absorb this information. Hopefully it's at a point where, his teenage years or something like that, because this stuff is important. This stuff that I'm talking about, not having a hold of it, not having control of it, caused me a lot of problems in my past, and wasted a lot of time and wasted a lot of other people's time with my crap. We are responsible for ourselves. We have to make our days better. We have to keep ourselves positive every day. It's not anyone else's responsibility to keep our minds fruitful, positive, delightful, and happy every day. It's our responsibility. And as I always say, happiness is a choice. Are the choices going to always be the ones that we want to make, or the most comfortable choices that we need to make our lives the way that we want it? No, they're not. You're going to have to make bad decisions. You're going to have to make people upset. You're going to have to do things that people don't like. You're going to have to hear people complain and bicker and be frustrated with you. But what's more important to you? Making everyone else happy, or making yourself happy? Happy Friday.